The Porsha and Simon divorce just keeps on getting messier and messier. We have so much to talk about in this video. First of all, Porsha Williams' sister, Lauren Williams, posted some receipts of Simon going to bloggers trying to leak information about this divorce. Simon filed a cease and desist so that RHOA cannot film in his home. And then Porsha filed some documents, very scathing documents, might I add, saying that Simon is turning this divorce into a public circus. And last but not least, she also claims that Simon's been thotting and bopping in their marital home and that she has witnessed 3 different women being in there as well. Where do we even begin? First of all, why don't we start off with her sister exposing Simon? So a lot of information has come out about this divorce, including Simon filing a motion for a restraining order against Porsha, accusing her of coming to the home with an armed person. I did talk in detail about this with Kempire and Layla Lynn. Make sure to check out that stream we did together. If not, I will also clip a video of just that portion of our discussion. And so, of course, people are wondering how every single motion that Simon files finds its way to the press. What is going on? Well, Lauren Williams, Porsha's little sister, posted some receipts from a blogger who shared a DM exchange with Simon to her. So in this exchange, you can clearly see Simon saying, I have new court filings to share. Send me email. And then this person responded with, hello, no thank you, Mr. Guobadia. And then upon sharing this post, Lauren said, like I said, actively trying to create a false narrative. Shaking my head, hashtag receipts, hashtag blogger leak, hashtag lies, hashtag RHOA, hashtag peach chaser, hashtag aging backwards. Absolutely hilarious. So let's get into some of the stuff that Porsha said that aligns with what it is that we just saw in that screenshot and in Lauren's Instagram, okay? Porsha's lawyers said in their latest filing, and I quote, our client, Porsha Williams, is making a conscious effort not to respond to every superfluous document Simon Guobadia, aka Igor Guobadia, releases to the press. Instead, we will rely on the documents his attorney prepared before they were married, which was agreed upon and signed by both parties, obviously in reference to their prenup. They continued on to say, her legal position is straightforward, and she trusts that the court will review the pleadings and relevant law to handle this matter in court, not via the media. Mr. Guobadia's decision to repeatedly distribute his legal filings and letters to press prior to sending us a copy as a standard protocol should be a matter for the court to deal with, and we are asking the court to do so. So she's asking for him to perhaps be held in contempt of court or to be reprimanded in some capacity for distributing things to the blogs before he files it with or notifies Porsha's counsel. And I wonder how that is actually going to go over. I personally don't think anything's going to happen, but I do think that like this is just the start of things and it could scare him out of continuing to behave the way that he is currently behaving. But I want to say at the end of the day, Porsha, you knew exactly what type of man you were marrying. He did this sort of stuff to Fallon. It doesn't matter that Fallon also cheated. Fallon got knocked out by somebody else. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you saw that this was a messy man who wanted to talk with blogs, who wanted to share screenshots on Instagram, who wanted to leak all sorts of information about his then wife while you were engaged to him, you know? So that was already a good example of his character, and you decided to go forward and marry him nonetheless. So all of this stuff is stuff that you knew would eventually come around and be done to you. And so her lawyer said, listen, all of the messy stuff that he's doing, the media antics and whatnot, they're going to continue to be disregarded by Porsha and used legally as much as possible to further bolster her position. So they're saying, keep acting up, Simon. We're going to use this to I don't know, win this case, I guess, but I don't know how that's even possible. You guys have a prenup. You want the prenup to be enforced. There's nothing in the prenup that says that he can't be messy. He can't, publicly speak about what's been going on behind the scenes. So I don't feel like this is a very strong legal position. So the next story involving this divorce is that Porsha has been repeatedly going to the home with her own hired armed security to retrieve some of her items in the house and some of Pilar's items as well. And she says that as she's been going to the home, she's been noticing a bunch of different women there. Like she has noticed at least 3 different women. So this is in response to Simon accusing her of cheating. He says that she was communicating with a Kelvin Owusu. Ampana or something like that. Sorry, I'm forgetting his last name. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I'm forgetting it. And the OGs know, who've been following Porsha since her debut on RHOA, know that that is one of her like first sugar daddies. So Simon is saying that she is in communications with him. He wants to see the text messages turned over. And now Porsha say, don't worry about what I've got going on. Worry about the 3 women that you've got in your home. And I believe one of them is the woman that he's been flaunting openly on Instagram as well. So she's kind of like, listen, you moved on just fine. So don't start acting like I'm cheating and I'm the only one out here speaking to other people, right? Which is true, I think, but she might still have to turn over the communications. I'm not sure. But I think she just wanted to make sure that the public knew that Simon had very well moved on his own as well. Now, Simon is being super duper petty with Porsha because now in our final story about this divorce, we're going to talk about how Simon filed a cease and desist to stop the Real Housewives of Atlanta from filming Porsha in that home because apparently only Simon's name is on the deed. I'm sorry, y'all, but it's just so funny to me the way that Porsha and her fans flex so hard, like she won with this man, and come to find out her name was not even on the deed of this house. This marriage doesn't even last a year and a half or something like that. Like it truly is all such a mess. And then on top of that, the man is a chatty patty looking to completely destroy her public reputation. A mess, a mess, a mess, and potentially illegally in the United States of America. So anyway, the legal letter that he distributed to Page Six says that Simon is the sole owner of that Georgia home and as such does not consent to the release, disclosure, or publication of any photograph of the property, nor does he consent to the taping, filming, or recording of the property, including any aspects of activity in or about the property. So basically, he's like, you're not about to flex the rich life on my dime on this show. At the end of the day, Porsha, what was the point of marrying this man that you very clearly were not even attracted to? You got married to this old, out of shape, not very attractive man who has a questionable legal and immigration history, thinking that you were going to be spoiled for the rest of your life. Come to find out, all of that was smoke and mirrors. And now he's trying to ruin your life and your livelihood. Like, I'm sorry, but I hope that this is a wake-up call for Porsha, that she needs to start looking for actual love. She needs to stop trying to hit a lick. She is not smart enough. These men are always 10 steps ahead of her. Cordell kicked her out of the home with nothing but a toothbrush. She didn't even have health insurance when he was done with her. And now you've got Simon trying to kick her out of the home, despite the fact that they've got a prenup saying that she's supposed to be able to stay in the home until it is sold or something, you know? She just keeps on wasting her time, her youth, her beauty, her everything on these losers that she's not even genuinely in love with or attracted to, you know? At this point, Porsha, you have more than enough of your own money. It's okay to find someone who, you know, is on your level that you genuinely find attractive and you genuinely want to be with. You got to stop trying to hit a lick on people because it's just not working out for you. Like I said earlier, you're not smart enough for it. These men, they're much older than you, and therefore they've been around the block and they know how to play in your face. And you think you're getting one over on them, but trust and believe they're going to have the last laugh, and they continue to have the last laugh on you. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this plays out on the next season of RHOA and how Porsha finds a way to play the victim in this entire ordeal. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.